Hey everyone, Adam here, So Wizard Podcast. I have interviews for you today, but this is a little bit different than our normal thing, and this is super exciting that we can finally talk about it. A while ago, I had the amazing opportunity to check out the beginning of The Wheel of Time. It's coming out November 19th. It's going to be the next big fantasy thing. It's incredible. But anyway, I had the opportunity to participate in a couple roundtables to talk to the core cast members of this show. So this interview is a roundtable I did with some other podcasters and journalists, and we all got to talk to Zoe Robbins, who plays, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of the characters' names, Nynaeve Al'Vere. Sorry for huge fans of Wheel of Time, and sorry to Zoe. I got the character name wrong, but Zoe Robbins and Madeleine Madden, who plays Egwene Al'Vere. Again, sorry about the pronunciation, but this was a super cool opportunity. I hope you enjoy the interview.
Hi, ladies. It's Jamie from Starry Constellation Magazine. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Madeleine, what was it about Egwene's character that really made you want to audition for this role?
I mean, when I first got the audition for Egwene, I had 3 scenes to do, and each scene was so different. And so I knew that, wow, this character goes on a real journey, physically and emotionally. When I did a bit of research about her online before I went in for my audition, I saw that she has an amazing character arc and storyline, and is a massive figure in this world. Not only does she have a really cool storyline, but she's also on a personal level, a very relatable, independent, determined young woman. And I think that's something that I've really resonated with. And, she really wants to make a big difference in the world for the better. She makes some heartbreaking choices, and we find her having quite an inner turmoil and struggle with herself about, what she wants to do and what she feels she has to do because she knows is right, which I think is something that we all battle with in some element of our lives. She's been an amazing character to play, and I feel like I've really grown with her, these past 2 years, and it's been an absolute privilege to play Egwene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Big Gold Belt Media, please.
Yes, Nigeria Chambers of Big Gold Belt Media. How you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Also to kind of piggyback off that question. So we are, quickly introduced to you two's characters, being a wisdom, which, most time is just a healer, a support character, but that's not actually the vibe that you get here going forward. So what can you say from that standpoint, and physically going forward, what are we going to get from these characters?
Yeah, the characters go through quite an intense physical and emotional journey. Where you see them in episode 1 is definitely different where you meet them again in episode 8. For Nynaeve in particular, she goes on an incredible personal journey where she has to battle her own insecurities about herself and her lack of control over the world. And for me personally, that's something that has really been relevant to my life, especially in the last, 18 months of this craziness that we've all gone through. It's something that I've really related to. But at the beginning, Nynaeve is the wisdom, as you say, and she's an authority figure, and she becomes a lot more than that as we go along.
Thank you.
Okay, and So Wizard Podcast, Adam?
Given that you have such firmly established characters in the whole novel series, how were you able to find room to put yourselves into your characters?
I think, honestly, the cast, this sounds so like pat on the back, but I really feel like that the work that the casting team have done, like Rafe, obviously, but also the amazing casting director in the UK, Kelly Hendry, is just phenomenal. I literally look around on set and I can't think of anybody else to play these characters. Everyone has an essence of the characters and who they are, especially Maddie. There's so much of Egwene in her, and I can say that for everyone. I mean, I don't think it's been much of a fight to bring these characters to life. They've really done their jobs well. But yeah,
absolutely. And I 100% agree with Zoe. And the same for you. You are the perfect embodiment of Nynaeve. You know, and I think they're such relatable characters in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've all gone through the heartbreak or the loss or the love that they have gone through. And I guess that's what makes the Wheel of Time stand the test of time. Had to put that in there somewhere. You know, and then that's why they're such lovable characters, because we can all relate to them on some way, you know, some wavelength. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Nerd Caliber, Catherine?
Hey, I'm Catherine from Nerd Caliber. My question is for both of you. The Wheel of Time has an incredibly large fan base that can be very vocal at times. Were you nervous about taking these characters and kind of making them your own? And do you think your performance will please the audience? They please me, I'm just saying.
I can't speak for everyone, but there definitely there's a bit of nerves at the beginning, just because these books and these characters are so beloved. I mean, we've known from the beginning that for many people, they've grown up with these books, they've grown up with these characters. A lot of people, you know, have had their lives changed through them. We've spoken to people at the beginning of filming that said, you know, this character made me have the courage to do this and that. So there was, you know, I think that what helps us focus in terms of staying true to the story and keeping the integrity of the world and the characters. And I think what helped in the beginning is having Rafe's seal of approval. I mean, he chose us. He knows the world through and through. He grew up with the books, reading it with his mum. So I think that was the what helped us feel, you know, that we're in good hands and they trust us with taking on these roles. So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and if we go back to Starry Constellation, Mag, Jamie?
Yes, I was wondering, Madeleine, could you talk about filming in that cool pool of colors? Everyone wants to know what it was like emerging.
I mean, it's kind of hard to emerge out of water when you've got nostrils and make it look like it's easy. No, it was...
You did that. You definitely made it look easy.
I mean, you helped me get through that day. No, it was... I mean, look, it was such an important moment for my character and visually so beautiful. Yeah, it was a lot, but, you know, I just remember seeing it fully once it had been completed and you know, in the trailer, I was so happy with it. But yeah, I think, you know, if anyone's game, they can, you know, if they've got a spare 5 minutes, can just go and try and come out of the water and like not wipe. I'm one of those people that like wipes the eyes. And I was like, just think about how Halle Berry did when she came out of the water in James Bond. She made it look so good. I don't know how she did it, but yeah, no, it was a beautiful moment. Yeah. I feel bad for the soundies that had to hear me cough up water. But no, you killed it. Thank you. Yeah. Sorry. It was terrible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Big Gold Belt Media, if you go back to you.
Yeah, so kind of a question and sort of a reaction. Considering that you two are playing two strong female characters, and that's not just by how it's written, but there actually are two of the most powerful characters within the series. But also, there's also a presence of strong feminism in this as well, too. Was that also an extra draw to this? And does it also breed an extra sense of purpose now playing these roles?
Yeah, I think so. I think what's wonderful about the Wheel of Time is that it's the equality and the women in power is not forced at all. It's just how it is, and everyone accepts it as such. And I think what we've done with the writing and what the scripts have done is made it really refreshing. I think it's very rare that you see characters, and particularly the female characters, written like this and in fantasy as well.
Right.
So I think it's exciting, and yeah, of course we're thrilled to be a part of this world. Yeah.
Exactly. Like what Zoe said, it's not radical for women to follow their dreams and ambitions. And that streak of matriarchy exists on an international scale of like the organization of the Aes Sedai, or whether you come to the Two Rivers and find Nynaeve as the strong wisdom of the women's circle, and it's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
Agreed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So unfortunately, that's all we have time for, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll start to move you out now.
Thanks so much. Madeleine, thanks for being such a great First Nation representative.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That means so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was incredible. I would like to thank 42 West, the company who put this together. I'd like to thank Amazon Studios for the opportunity. And of course, I'd love to thank Zoe Robbins and Madeleine Madden for taking the time out of their insanely busy schedules promoting this thing to talk to us about it. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's not just because we got this kind of amazing access, but the show is legitimately awesome. There's going to be more on that coming. We can't really say much more than that right now. So stay tuned. On the 15th, we'll be able to talk about the Wheel of Time. Make sure you like and subscribe. You're not going to want to miss out on more Wheel of Time coverage because it is coming, as I just mentioned. Also, make sure you listen to So Wizard Podcast every single week, wherever you get your podcasts. SoWizardPodcast.com is your resource for reviews, recommendations, merchandise, videos, and more. So Wizard Podcast can also be found on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you get multiple monthly bonus shows. And on a more personal note, a good friend and I have an ongoing comedy comic series. It's a slice of life comedy comic, as I just said. A slice of life story about the high school experience, all the ridiculousness that goes along with it. We styled it after the 90s cartoons that we grew up on inspired us. We draw partially from real life, partially not. We'll let you figure out what's what. You can find all that and more at socialstudiescomic.com. We have 7 full color issues out right now, with a lot more on the way in just a couple months. Great time to jump on board. Thanks.